Hey, what's up? It's Rashad, Antonio
I'm
together.
God.
We are the MCU collective, man. Tony's trying to get it all out because he won't hear. But
Yeah.
yeah, we had
Ooh.
some national stuff going on here, crazy
Yeah.
stuff going on here in
Yeah.
the States, man. You know what I'm saying? Never mind, pray for Paris, man. Pray for America,
Pray for
yo.
pray for America.
Pray for
Lord,
America.
please pray America.
Ah! You know what I'm saying? Anyway, um. Got to talk about the announcement. I was about to dive into it. I said, you know what? I'm going to sleep. So Marvel. So I was at work and I see the
hmm
alert and I check it. I'm like, I hear music and then I see a chair and I was like, and oh yeah. So when the thing first drops, all it said on YouTube was announcement.
hmm
That's all it said. It was no like Doomsday, then nothing like I kind of
hmm
ascertained it was Doomsday, but they just said
hmm
announcement. I was like, oh,
hmm
what are we announcing? And I saw a chair, I saw a name, and then I immediately was like, had to go in the building, turn it off, go back in, boom, new rock stars.
hmm
They saw it too.
hmm
Yo, shout out to New Rockstars. They had a five
Yeah.
hour live stream.
Oh, snap. So they stuck with it the entire 5 hours.
Entire time. So I was working and looking,
Mm.
just keeping up.
Then Rashad texts me. It was like, "Hey, blah blah blah. Are we going? No, I had text Rashad. It was like, "Hey, look here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a
Mike
little
got
held
a
up at work today.
I got a long day at work. Stuff going on in this country, kind of crazy. I'll let you know whether or not record." And then Rashad is just like, "Bet. You see they doing the cast reveal of Dooms?" I said, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Because I'm so caught up in working with that. And then all of a sudden he just texts me and says, "Oh," and I said, "Oh," and I said, "Now turn on Instagram, and you see that it was up for 5 hours." The Marvel MCU official Marvel Studios official Instagram just had it just sitting there the whole time, just sitting on the chair. And by the time I looked at it, the name was on Winston Duke was the name that
Yeah,
was
so
up
that was
on
like
it, man.
about three-fourths
Yeah,
away. I just wanted to
yeah.
talk about just real quick before we get into
hmm
yeah,
The cast.
yeah, okay. So I'm just getting a
Okay.
rundown.
Okay.
I just want to talk about just how awesome idea this was. Also, we're gonna break down casting, just the casting, just in general, talk about who's
Uh-huh.
there. And I broke it down into some particular sections too because
Okay.
it just felt right. And then we're just gonna wildly speculate because me and okay myself. I'm not a
hmm
huge fan of theories. Like theories are cool, but like
hmm
I don't want to be beholden to something I said,
Yeah.
and then people like, "Oh, you was wrong." Like, fam,
Well, you said this. No, this is just a
we just here
this
for
is a
fun.
thought. Yeah, this is a thought.
And if I'm right, I'm going to gloat in the fact that I was right. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, cool out. So,
Perfect example, Rashad. That's what I say before you get started.
thank you.
The scientific method, people. We're just giving what our hypothesis, and we're just arguing what, saying arguing or describing what our hypothesis is. It might not be right. It may be right, but that's all it is. It's giving a hypothesis of what this might be. That's all.
Nah, I got a theory that I know is gonna be wrong. I'm still gonna talk about it though. All right.
Let's
So
go.
so here's the thing.
Okay.
Marvel is an absolute genius for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
One, it cost them nothing but some
Nothing.
chairs.
hmm
Some chairs and some screen printing, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they did this on YouTube, meaning
hmm
they got
hmm
ad revenue for the stream.
Yeah. hmm
And people, yo, by the time I was like around 4 o'clock, there was
hmm
142,000 people on that stream.
hmm
So they got paid for all of that. That's the amazing part. It was so smart. They paid
Yeah.
nothing for that and got money coming in for that.
And you know what else this did too for Marvel? Synergy. It created mass synergy because let's just put it like this. There is the thought out there that the MCU Marvel is dying. People are getting sick of it or whatever. Numbers tell you differently, you know.
I'm just saying, man.
You know, men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. Simple as that. To quote the great Sean Corey Carter. I'm just saying. So, like, it is what it is, and people may be individually, kind of tired with it. It might be a little, how they say, underwhelmed with the lead up to Avengers, because when you had the first Avengers movie, it was what, like a 10-year build up almost, when not the Avengers movie, but like getting up to
Infinity
Infinity
War.
War was like
Yeah.
a 10-year build up and everything connected. But it was a point now where everything kind of got convoluted, but that is mainly because of the situation that happened with one Mr. Jonathan Major, Jonathan Megan Good Majors. That situation that happened where, Marvel had to do an extremely hard U-turn to, what I'm saying, revamp this. And it's going to be interesting how they do it, because believe it or not, we are still part of the quote unquote multiverse saga, somewhat. We're
Yeah.
still part of the multiverse saga. And from what you see, the people and the characters that are supposed to be in Avengers Doomsday, you can see how this is a multiversal thing. And of course, the multiversal saga is supposed to conclude with Avengers Secret Wars. And what's that, 2027? Is that 27? 27, 28 maybe?
27.
27, right. Before we actually get into the saga that a lot of people, including myself, is very excited to see, which is the mutant saga or whatever. So
That would be
you
an
want to get into it,
X.
Rashad?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So here's the deal. We
Okay.
have several factions of people in this, and I'm going to be sharing my screen just a bit with you guys today. So just bear
Mhm.
with me. Hold
Okay.
on. You know what I'm saying? Take
I
this
also
off.
have a theory as well too, Rashad. But I hope this theory isn't true. That's what I'll
Yeah,
say.
not a problem. All
Hmm.
right, give me a second here.
Hmm.
So the first group of people I want to talk about is probably to me the most surprising group of people, and that is
Hmm.
dealing with the X-Men aspects of
Hmm.
of the casting announcement. Let me just enlarge
Hmm.
this. So when I was watching this, and first I saw a name, it was like boom, next first name, Kelsey Grammer. I was like, Kelsey Grammer. Okay,
Hmm.
so they probably pulling him because he was already in what you call it, you know what I'm saying, and on the Marvels at the end.
Are you sharing?
Yeah, I'm about to show right now.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought.
and I was like, okay.
Okay.
And then they started announcing more people.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then they announced Alan Cummings,
Hmm.
and they announced Rebecca Romaine,
Hmm.
James Marsden,
Hmm. Ian
both of
McKellen,
the sirs,
the Sir Ian McKellen,
both
Sir
sirs. You know what I'm saying? And
Patrick.
so I was like, yo, this is actually wild.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so essentially we got everybody that was in X-Men Last Stand.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The whole X-Men Last Stand crew is is
Hmm.
is, is back for this.
Hmm.
And I'm like, so OG X-Men, what are the OG Fox X-Men?
Hmm.
So what are we gonna be doing with them? Okay.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, man, there's no reason okay, to ask people who are almost 90 years old to be in this movie if it's not gonna be something amazing. Or
Right.
something very thoughtful and worthwhile. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, we got them.
And
Very interesting.
considering too, we're about to get to the mutant saga, and we know, God bless, what I'm saying, Ian McKellen, God bless Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart probably for me and probably you too, Rashad, will be is forever Professor X, but they aren't going to be playing them in the MCU for the long, what I'm saying, for the long time. They're here for the good time, not not a long time. And
Hmm.
I think it's very, what I'm saying, apropos that they are a part of the MCU, even though we did get a version of Professor X with Patrick Stewart and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we thought that they would just that they paid homage to the Fox universe
Yeah.
and Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm like, cool,
Uh-huh.
you know, like I was happy with that. It was cool,
Hmm.
and you know, watching them do that, it was like, okay.
And don't forget, there's another X-Men that's missing too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
Oh,
get
you
to
got
him.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my bad. I'm
Don't
sorry.
worry, don't worry.
The-
I had time to think about this. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
I
So
got time today. Today I got time. Keep it G real with me, Rashad.
yeah, I definitely have some time. So
Okay.
all right, let's give me a second here. So the
Hmm.
next group of people about to bring up
Hmm.
is a very familiar bunch. Hold on, and that is our X-Men. I'm sorry.
Avengers.
I'm sorry. Our Avengers. I don't know why I said
Hmm.
X-Men. So we got our OG Avengers here. We got
Oh,
Chris. We got you don't see me?
yeah, I see.
Okay, making sure. We got Chris. We
Oh,
got
Henderson.
Hiddlesticks.
Hmm.
We got Ant
Right.
Man,
Hmm.
Mackie,
Hmm.
and we got Sebastian Stan.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay,
So we have Thor, Loki, Ant-Man, Captain America,
Black America.
Black America, and one Winter Soldier, Bucky. So yeah, so you have these guys right here.
Yeah, so we got this whole group, right? So I'm looking at them, right? I said, okay, so we already know these two guys are always on at the hip,
Yeah.
regardless.
So the
And then,
last time, so just for clarification, the last time we saw Thor, he was with Love. You know what I'm saying? Love, and they were having their little space adventures. And then the last time we saw Loki, he is the god of stories with
yeah, holding
Idrisil.
together the Yggdrasil
Idrisil.
tree.
Last time we see Ant-Man, he at the end of Endgame, where he's no,
At the end of his own movie. That's
at the
how
end of his
much we
own
forgot
movie. Good
about
God, yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know, he was back, but remember he wasn't sure if he was in the right
And
universe
yeah, in the right
with that
timeline.
right
Yeah, yeah.
timeline. Anthony Mackie, you know, he just finished going one-on-one with Red Hulk or whatever, and Sebastian Stan, aka Senator Bucky Barnes or Congressman Bunky Barnes. You know, we last time we saw him was that, but we will see him in whatever happens in the Thunderbolts
Yeah,
before
yeah.
this happens. So yes.
Yeah. So everybody that was in basically Infinity War slash,
Hmm.
Endgame. So
Hmm.
another group of people that we got going on. All right.
Okay.
Next up. And those for those people, I was like, okay, like we of course they gonna be in it. Like that's not it's kinda obvious. All right, let me go here to our next group of people, which is very obvious as well, and that is the Fantastic Four. Let me just make this a bit bigger. Fantastic Four.
Hmm.
So in this group, I included, you know, all the four. We got what's my man's name? Pedro. We got
Pedro.
Vanessa. We
Hmm.
got Bacharach. Is how you pronounce his name?
And my man from the Bear.
Yeah,
That's all.
and Joseph Quinn, and
Hmm.
of course we got one Robert Downey Jr. because I do believe that he will be in this movie.
Hmm.
One of my theories lies heavily upon that.
Okay.
so,
Okay.
so I really think he's going to be in that. Of course, we'll see that on July 26th,
Hmm.
and yeah, hopefully. Okay, like I keep on telling y'all, this is the thing that Kevin Feige is most excited about.
Yes.
So
Yes.
definitely gonna see what comes of this.
Yeah, he's been talking about the Fantastic Four even before they got the rights to Fantastic
He
Four.
was like,
So,
oh, "Hey, what are you excited about?"
oh, he said
Uh,
the first family of the MCU, baby. So,
Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? And
mhm,
this was before Captain America came out. I was
mhm.
like, "Bro, like,
Yeah, he's like,
you ain't gonna
sir.
give you a movie no play?"
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah, yo. So speaking of that,
Mm.
Thunderbolts, we got a full cast of Thunderbolts minus one glaring omission.
Think we know what's about. We think we know what's about to happen to that person.
All right, so we got Bill Pullman, aka Bob,
You
aka
got him.
Sentry.
You pop it. You pop it up.
Yeah, yeah, you don't see it?
No, I still see Fantastic Four.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me. I apologize. Got hasty here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So Thunderbolts is next. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
We got
There we
Bill
go.
Pullman,
Mm-hmm.
Sentry, aka Bob, the
Mm-hmm.
Builder. We have Captain Mayo himself. The,
Mm-hmm. U.S. agent. U- U.S. agent. U.S.
Oh my
agent MAGA.
god, yo.
They
I was
weren't
thinking about the
even.
last time we did this talking about him. He was like,
They
"Oh man,
weren't.
like
They weren't even. They weren't
even,
even powered. Super powered.
even his son hates him, yo."
Yeah.
Anyway, we got the fan favorite Elena
Uh-huh.
Belova, aka
Mm-hmm.
Florence Pugh, and we
Mm-hmm.
also I don't remember this lady's name on top of my head, but
But ghosts.
this is Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
She has a very I think very Spanish name. Anyway, and of
Mm-hmm.
course we got our grizzled Red Guardian,
Mm-hmm.
played by I don't remember his name on top of my head either.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know him from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Man, I'm about to
Glaring.
sneeze.
Go ahead.
All right, so
Uh,
Thunderbolts, of course, is coming right before Fantastic Four.
Taskmaster is missing.
Taskmaster ain't here.
Ain't
You know what I'm
here,
saying?
so
Ain't here at all. So
maybe just let you know what's popping off of Taskmaster and the Thunderbolts. But anyway.
writings on the wall. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we'll see them in that as well. And
Okay.
yeah, interesting. So who we got next? Next. Let me give me a second here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get back out. So so we got a bunch of people so far,
Mm-hmm.
and a main group of people that I think I have an idea of how they of how they get into the bunch, but I'm not exactly sure. Let me see if I can bring them up. Hold on, give me a second here. I got somebody else, but nah, I'm really curious as to how they pop up, and
Mm-hmm.
that is gonna be. I'm sorry, I gotta close this crap out. I got like 80 screens open now. All right. Boom. That's how people from
Zoop,
Wakanda.
zoop, zoop,
Zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop, zoop.
zoop.
So we got Sanat, Winston, and Letitia.
Letitia Wright.
So all these people here, Black Panther Con Forever, we saw
Uh-huh.
them,
Yes.
and I'm very much interested into what their role is.
Yes.
You know,
Well,
because
I will say this. In the comics, Namor has been a menace,
that's what. But like,
especially with the Invisible Woman, the Invisible Woman,
yo,
Mr. Fantastic.
oh man,
So,
I got so
I
many
want to
jokes.
see if
I'm
Namor
trying to
is
be
going.
appropriate for the
I want to see if
stream.
Namor is going to riz Invisible Woman down. But you got, so the last time we saw them, Black Panther, say Wakanda Forever, you had, Namor basically, having a truce with the Wakandans, and he basically was like, "Hey, it's all good," telling his people they'll, what I'm saying, hey, they'll need us when it's time to, jack up the earth and stuff. And then of course you have Shuri as the Black Panther. She's meeting with Nakia and she just found out nephew Tisson, aka T'Challa Jr.
Bruh, like,
And then we have good old M'Baku, where it was Challenge Day, and he was mosey on up in there like unchallenged. I think that is basically kind of like a truce thing because you did see in that movie where when he was having his one-on-one with Shuri talking to her, like, hey, I made a promise to your brother to make sure
take care of you.
take
Yeah,
care of you and the family and stuff like that. So I don't know whether or not M'Baku will become a version of Black Panther or will he
bro.
become
If
Man Ape?
if M'Baku, okay, if M'Baku is able to get the heart shaped herb, I'm going the hell off.
Yeah.
I'm going off in the movie theater, yo.
Eh.
Like that's gonna be that. Okay, let's stay focused. You bullheaded demon. So
You
anyway,
bald-headed demon, yes.
and we only got one person left. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna say one more thing real quick.
Oh, you good?
Just a theory with them, real quick. I know we're not doing theory time yet. What if him and Suri get married?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but what if?
I
That way
mean, like,
M'Baku would be a part of the royal family then, and he could take up the mantle.
I mean,
Uh,
that would be a real, like, like a
uh-huh,
power, like, how royalty would do it. But
uh-huh.
yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
Last but not least,
It
we
is.
have
Channing Tatum is hey yo, he milking this baby for what it is. He been wanting to play this role for what years? For
bruh, since
years.
like 2014,
Yeah,
I think,
2014. Maybe even longer than that, man. He's been wanting to get this role. He got his shot in
bruh.
Deadpool versus Wolverine, which is probably one of the most surprising cameos in that movie, and surprising yet ridiculous cameos in the movie.
But
And
but
he has
also like okay, so he played it, and the way he played the character to me, like it was funny, but it
uh-huh.
was also endearing because
Yes.
it was like a joke,
Uh-huh.
but he was dead serious doing it. So
Yeah.
it,
He has become almost, as they say, a cult classic character. Like, this is
bruh,
what we
like
wanted, and he's doing.
yo man, and this is a character I don't know where in the hell they're gonna put him. Like I have no clue. I have like his existence doesn't make sense
At all.
at all. But like, okay, whatever y'all gonna do, McFeely and the Russos, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then we got Channing Tatum, fresh from the void, who's been there since a baby, who doesn't know anything else but the void. So
Yeah.
so yeah, and there's no telling what sling ring where he went. You know what I'm saying? From
Right.
that deleted scene that implies
Mm-hmm.
that he went somewhere. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we got
Remy
Mr.
Lebo.
Jacques LeBleu himself, um, Gambit. Yeah, so that's all the team. So when I did it,
Mm-mm.
hold
You
on,
mi-
who?
you're
Yeah,
missing
Fantastic, Thunderbolts, Fox X-Men, Tatum,
Shang-Chi.
Thor. Oh yeah, my bad, Shang-Chi. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shang-Chi, and that's it, right?
If I'm not mistaken,
I don't, I
t-
don't. I think I got
I'm
everybody.
looking at it real quick. I'm
Yeah, I
so
definitely forgot about Shang-Chi. And the sad part is like he's not in none of my none of my theories.
hey.
I think I got them all.
Oh, Joaquin Torres.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Baby Falcon.
Um,
So Baby Falcon, we met Shang-Chi. Nobody else from his movie is in it, right?
no, that's it. Those are the last two.
Sorry.
Right.
We apologize.
Charge it to our head, not our hearts.
Simu Liu,
Yeah, Simu Liu. Yeah, and Torres. I can't think his
I don't know his name, but
uh
yeah, we apologize. Shout out to
yeah.
y'all. But no, seriously though. So yeah, got a couple of theories here.
Joaquin Torres, yeah.
I thought that was his name. I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I was. I feel like that was his character's name,
Right, yeah.
and not his real name.
Hold on.
I think that's the character's name, yo. You are trash, Tony. You go.
Danny Ramirez.
Hey,
Harden.
there we go. I said, hold on, Walking Tour sounds like the character. Anyway,
Danny Ramirez.
shout out Darren Maris.
Uh-huh.
So this is what I'm saying, and I
Okay.
think this is the obvious one,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I don't want this one at all because
Okay.
it's just too easy.
Okay.
And ironically, this is the one that you want the most,
But I hope it's not what I think it is.
and that's Avengers versus X-Men.
I do not want it to be that yet.
Also, I do not want to see Sir Squared trying to fight anybody. I don't want to see Sir Ian McKellen or Sir Patrick Stewart throwing up fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that
Yeah.
at all.
That's my theory, but I hope and pray to the heavens above, to to MCU, to MCU Lord Kevin Feige, please don't make this a X-Men versus Avengers thing, because that could be its own standalone thing, and I understand that trying to do that story the comic book way is kind of out of the way now unless you do a
It does.
reboot.
It doesn't.
But don't do it
No, no,
yet.
no, no,
Please
no,
don't
no,
do it
no.
yet.
Like Secret Wars is
Yeah.
enough, and Doomsday is going to be enough. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is my first theory. All right,
Okay.
and this is just Doom trickery.
All right.
I don't know how Doom's going to do all this stuff, but this is how I feel. So
Mm-hmm.
OG X-Men is going to play like the mentors. All right.
Okay.
So again, Doom was already in Fantastic Four, according
Mm-hmm.
to my logic.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Four has been chasing Doom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thor catches wind of Doom in space. So that's why Thor pops up, because he's been hearing
Mm-hmm.
about it. The Thunderbolts are being influenced by Doom on 616 Earth via Contessa. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Moore and Shuri are forced to team up after Doom influences the Thunderbolts to attack Wakanda.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm with that. Again, I don't know how Falcon and Simu joined into that, but it don't even matter. But like that's like
Ten
one
rings.
cool, cool.
To remember at the end of Shang-Chi when Ben when I said Ben, goddamn when Bruce
It's like who was Uncle Ben?
when Bruce, Wong, and Captain Marvel,
Yeah,
they bought Shang-Chi and his girl, Aquafina, and they was checking out something with the Ten Rings. They said, yo, there's like a beacon in here or something
yeah,
going on or whatever like that. So
yeah.
I think that's how it's gonna happen. I
They
also
could,
think
they could easily tie that into Doom.
yeah.
You know what I'm
And then
saying?
too,
So,
remember what's the Pocket Universe where they are in with Shang-Chi's relatives and stuff are hanging out.
oh
His
yeah, yeah,
grandmama and
yeah,
them are
yeah,
hanging
yeah.
out.
I forgot they still down there.
Yeah, they still in that Pocket Universe. The yeah,
Damn.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying or whatever.
yeah.
I was about to say Winwoo, but no, that's the that was his dad's
Shang-Chi
name.
daddy.
Yeah, so you know that Pocket Universe is hanging out and stuff. So it's yeah, I think that's how that's going to come into play.
You got another theory?
Okay, so I think somehow, some way, all these universes are going to mix in together. I have a feeling that the X-Men that we're going to get aren't necessarily going to be the Foxmen. I think that might be some of the X-Men from the universe that one Tiana Pearson went to at the end of the Marvels when we saw Hank McCoy, and that was voiced by
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, but he looked like the X-Men 90, the X-Men
Yeah, X-Men, yeah,
97
animated series. Yeah.
animated series version of Beast. I think that's what's going to mix some stuff in because a lot of people, casual fans think, and I think they've been polluted from the Fantastic Four from the Fox. They don't really understand how powerful Doctor Doom
Yeah.
really is. Even though this
Yeah.
isn't Victor Von Doom and this is Tony Stark, you know, I think we may eventually get
I
a
think
Victor.
he is legit Victor Von Doom.
Okay.
So I'm
They
not sure if it's like the Doom, you know what I'm saying?
right.
But it's one Doom at least.
Right. Because hey man, Doctor Doom is into the occult. He's found, you know, said through his travels like old alien tech and has you know saying built that stuff up and he's a genius. Like he's just not some dude who got his face jacked up, who got his face scarred up
Bro.
and put a mask on and I'm upset because I wanted to marry Sue Storm
Yeah.
and
They
this dork, you
in
know.
both versions, they really made him like a old timey twirly mustache villain.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Victor, excuse me, Doctor Doom is a hell of a damn villain, yo, for real. And you know, I think they really wanted to wait to introduce him, but because of what happened. Rashad, here's another theory.
Okay.
I know this might not be popular with you, and maybe some other. I think some way, somehow, we're still going to get a version. We're going to get something with Kang.
I'm not really mad about that.
I
Like
think
I
we're
would,
going to, because and this is my reason why. The Jonathan Major stuff happened. Okay. Disney let him go for that. But, then come to find out what happened with the Jonathan Major stuff. And then Jonathan Majors has kind of, we found out that he was a black man running for his life down the street or whatever. Jonathan Majors has been kind of squeaky clean since. And number one, he has a movie get ready to come out that is supposed to be like a critically acclaimed movie. I really want to see it, which is Magazine Dreams. And then too, I just feel like they they haven't put a bow on the end of the Kang, the
yeah,
what I'm saying, the Kang,
I feel
because
you.
the
I feel you.
last time we saw like what they probably was going to do was going to be awesome at the end of
The
Ant-Man and
Council of
Wasp, and
Kings,
you
yeah.
saw the Council of the Kangs and stuff like that. So I think somehow he may get a cameo or something, and somehow something's going to happen.
All right. So just to
Uh-huh.
piggyback on that, just like I know you've been a busy man in media,
Hmm.
but not this type of media.
Okay.
So Magazine Dreams came out 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's okay. Play this. His performance in it has been critically acclaimed,
Uh-huh.
right? Because Jonathan Majors can act his ass off.
Yeah, I still need to go see that.
So leading up to that,
Hmm.
Rolling Stones put out an expose talking about like a conversation with him and his ex girl, and
Hmm.
him essentially admitting that he hit
Oh
her.
yeah. Oh, okay.
So
Maybe not.
maybe not, but I do like okay
Hmm.
out with Majors, but I do agree with them bringing a Kang back.
Hmm.
Now, which black person they want to have play Kang? I mean, y'all can have that. Again, this is the multiverse saga. Y'all can pick y'all litter of
Or,
of Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Just pick
or,
some.
or they can just go ahead and you know, give us a white Kang because Kang the Conqueror is the thing is with Kang, he actually is a descendant of one Reed Richards.
Hey, if like White King is hilarious. Like I
Right.
would like
That's why.
I would actually if we roll up in this joint and like what's my man's name? What's that white boy name?
Cody Rhodes.
No, somebody who actually acts.
Uh,
Oh man, what's my man's name? From Disney. Played in oh my God, yo. Never mind. Yeah, so if they pull that, I'm
hmm
gonna like like I would really be super weak if that happened.
Yeah. And I could see something happening with that, especially
Zac
some
Efron.
that would be funny.
It was right there, yo.
That would be
Zac
that
Efron is king.
that would be hilarious. By the way, when is this coming out? 26
Yeah, this
next
is yeah, May. No, the first week in May, 26.
year? Okay, so we should get a trailer for this November, December.
Nah, we gonna get Chubb for the Super Bowl.
What I say a teaser by
I'm telling you, we're gonna get a
okay.
teaser Super Bowl. They're gonna hold their
D23 maybe? I think they're gonna give us at least they're gonna
if
give us at
okay,
least
so
something.
so so
Yeah.
if okay, that's plausible. If it's
Uh-huh.
D23, it's going to be for that audience only, and they're not
Uh,
going to share no information anywhere else unless
Because they
somebody leaks
started
it.
shooting, right?
Yeah,
Or yeah,
the
okay.
production started.
Uh-huh.
So, and you already know previs and all that stuff is already done. So it's just actors coming in there and doing their lines or whatever.
Mhm.
So that's and it's in London and Heathrow. So it's going to be
Okay.
on a soundstage. So it's not good. It's this whole going to be tightly locked down.
I have a question for you.
Did I just say Heathrow? I did not mean to say Heathrow.
From
What's the name of
airport,
the
they come in the
what's
air.
the name of the studios
The
that
O2. Oh,
that Star Wars is always in? I think
Oh,
it's
I
I
know. I know you're talking
believe it
about. I
starts
can't.
with an H. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, You got any more theories?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay.
Nah, yo, cause like I do like if White King is funny. Pinewood Studios. Yeah, Pinewood.
Pinewood, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was like
Pinewood.
Heathrow. I said that's the airport, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah.
All right, here's my second theory.
All right.
I'm sorry, third. So we got Fantastic Four, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're recruiting heroes from just different universes to defeat Doom. However, they're double crossed because somebody who think that they're is helping them is actually helping Doom, and it all leads them to Battle World
Okay.
because they put everybody on like a essentially like it's gonna be my second
Mm-hmm.
these two theories are kind of similar. So
Uh-huh.
all the heroes that they're trying to find, they kind of get funneled to this one place, which is going to end up being Battle World, and they were tricks. I like that
Mm-hmm.
idea. My last one is this,
Okay.
and this kind of leads out from Fantastic Four. So we got Fantastic Four saving heroes from universes from that Galactus devoured
Mm-hmm.
back to a central universe. Doom finds out,
Mm-hmm.
makes it impossible for them to leave, and then creates Battle World.
Mm.
So either way, Doom is like on my theories, Doom is scheming.
Mm.
You know, the last two are the most like vague, but like when I was thinking, I was like, yo, that would be kind of fun if Doom is just tricking everybody
Mm-hmm.
and ain't nobody realizing that. And then at the end of Doomsday, you get everybody just on Battle World looking goofy as hell because they didn't know that they were being, being tricked.
So one more thing too, I just noticed.
What's that?
There are some additional characters that are going to appear in this.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say at the top. Everybody
So,
hasn't been announced yet.
right. So some additional characters that have been announced. Um, Chris Evans. Now, what form of Chris Evans are we going to get? Are we going to get old good old Cap America? Or are we going to get good old Cap Hydra? That's the theory going around with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this guy making his return after his horrifying accident, Jeremy Renner, as Hawkeye,
Yeah.
is supposed to be making an appearance. One Benjamin Cumberbatch. Benedict, I said Benjamin, good God. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange is supposed to be making an appearance. Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter is supposed to be making an appearance. She's like the what's what's the point, the person they say the point person in universes or whatever. It's like she's that person for the MCU or whatever because she's always there.
Yeah.
And finally, Tom Holland as Peter Parker, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
is
So because
supposed to make an appearance.
so all the people that Tony just named are people
Mm.
that weren't announced.
Hmm.
And like of course this is just PR,
Hmm.
but like Robert Downey Jr. Got on Instagram under Marvel Joint was like, man, all these people at this joint is crazy. And then Marvel was like, there's always room for more. So
Hmm.
they're trying to like they're still trying to give us some of that element of surprise. And that I do appreciate because out of the people that weren't named, I think the most obvious are the ones that you definitely talked about, but the ones that haven't been mentioned at all, like I think they're going to be really
Hmm.
interesting. Like just out the top of your head, what do
Hmm.
you think is the most interesting character that they could bring back or like introduce in Doomsday? No pressure from any movie, any franchise.
Deadpool coming in. I have a feeling Deadpool's gonna pop up. I have a feeling we may actually get our new Wolverine is gonna pop up.
Oh, so you think we gonna actually like usher in the new
I think
X-Men via this? That
I
would
th
yo,
I think we're gonna get
that would be
our
that would be a crazy. movie term. I mean, a
I
TV
think I
term,
think
backdoor
I think
pilot.
what's going to happen at the end of this, we're going to get a look at the beginning stages of what the MCU official X-Men team is going to look like. I think we may get a look as in far as one, maybe two people that's going to be playing it. Now, for example, I'm gonna say this. There are some people I'm surprised hasn't been that's not in this movie, but once again, things could change. I mean, I guess Kevin Feige and Marvel just said F the Eternals because I
Bruh.
mean, could have just said F the Eternal because I mean, it
Hey,
took
did
them
we
how many?
real quick, did we miss Star-Lord in this?
No,
Oh yeah, he not
he's not in this or whatever. He's back at home with his pappy, with his grandpappy
in Missouri.
in Missouri. I mean, even Star Fox, good old Harry Styles. With you know what I'm saying, like it's like we've completely forgot about the Eternals. I mean, how many movies it took for them to kind of even mention the fact that there's a giant space god robot in the middle of the Indian
Like
in the
six,
Midian,
seven movies.
right?
It's been a
And then
minute.
no one has even mentioned about the giant space god robot that appeared in front of Earth that took the big red one that took everybody that took you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying those
Audition came out of nowhere.
Odyssey came out of nowhere. It took like we haven't like I'm very surprised about them not showing, you know what I'm saying, them not showing up at all.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm glad you said that. Like, okay, I think having the Celestials show up
Mhm.
would be kind of dope.
Yeah.
Like, just for like scale
Hmm.
and see. Okay, so how dope would it be to see Doom defeat a Celestial?
Amazing.
I'm just saying because I'm thinking this by the time we get to the end of Doomsday, I mean to the end of
Hmm.
Fantastic Four,
Hmm.
Galactus isn't gonna lose. He's just gonna go away.
Or what if we see Galactus beat the hell, you know, destroy and devour a celestial?
Or we could see like just Galactus's origin.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like or like why he has his motivation.
Hmm.
Like via Silver Surfer in a flashback or something. Like there's so many ways to go about this to make this
Yeah.
very cool and interesting for the audience. So like
Yeah.
I like yo, so okay, Tony. So
What's up?
they could really pull a Thor Dark World by including the Eternals in this. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember in Endgame,
Mm-hmm.
they made Thor Dark World infinitely more important than it should have been.
Yes.
And that was one of the things that people heralded Marcus and McFeely for doing when they was writing the script.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest, yo, like Eternals isn't a bad movie.
Yeah.
Should it maybe we shouldn't have had all the characters in it, granted. But
Yeah.
like people hated on Eternals so bad, but then when we got like what's oh yeah they hate on Eternals, but like we got the Marvels. I'm like, bro, like so what y'all like y'all was not really being appreciative of what y'all was getting. We got something that was different. It
Mm-hmm.
had a different for the most part like visual styling.
Mm-hmm.
Um the
Like,
way the way that they drew the Celestials,
mm-hmm.
perfect. Like that movie was is so underrated to me.
Like you and me, we had different reasons for not liking, or not even say
Yeah.
not our different reasons
I
for
gripes with the movie.
our
Yeah.
gripes with the movie or whatever. Because we felt that I think this should have been like a genesis of the MCU, like a in the beginning.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember that. Yeah, we
That's what
did
we was
say that.
thinking. We
Yeah.
was thinking with that or whatever. I have a question for you.
What's up?
So we got this big cast, we got all these people. Who died?
Who
Who
did?
dying?
That's a good question.
I mean, you can't have a cast like this without some murder. Your life's on the line. Like somebody's
Wow.
somebody's
Okay. All right. All right.
people are dying in this.
Okay. So off the top of my head, I
Hmm.
really think I think almost all the Thunderbolts is dead.
Okay.
I think they all can get it. The only one that's gonna be safe is probably
Yelena.
like Black Widow because
Uh-huh.
she's a she's a
Yeah.
draw in real life.
And
So
she's like the new Black Widow of the
yeah,
MCU. Uh-huh.
I can see that happening. I can see all the OG Fox X-Men dying too.
Mm.
Like I can really see them getting out the paint. I can see Ant-Man dying in this too.
Hmm.
I can easily see shoot. I can even see M'Baku dying, trying to
Mm.
just uphold what I'm saying his sense of righteousness to Wakanda.
You know what? I'm gonna say something about that. I can see Shuri dying before M'Baku.
Ooh,
And the only reason I say that is because of during the shooting of Wakanda Forever, there were some problematic things with one Letitia Wright.
I think it's
As
over on the bridge now. It's Trust
I,
America.
we'll see.
But
We'll see about
also,
that.
but
But
I do think that would okay. So if they
and I can see where M'Baku basically becomes a mentor to help train young Toussaint.
that's what I'm saying. Like we could
Yeah.
easily have if we can get Shuri out the paint. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Then there will be no issue to even have like pass the mantle or none. It would just be New King, New
Hmm.
Black Panther.
Hmm.
Mbaku is like
He's
surrogate father,
yeah, he's
and
the protector of Wakanda as the Black Panther until old Toussaint come of age or until old Uncle Denzel comes along in Black Panther 3.
Black Panther 3 about to be stupid.
Yeah.
And all right, stay focused. So
Okay, sorry.
also I can see Chris Davis and Gambit dying too. Just a very
Yeah.
hilariously funny death.
Yeah.
But nah, yo, like I think okay, so if we do this right,
Hmm.
this is like when Loki died at the beginning of Infinity War.
Hmm.
No resurrection, this time wizard. So I feel a lot of these people are gonna be dead, dead. Like, and two things. One is gonna make for a better story, and two, there's gonna be a lot of actors that just ain't coming back. They're not gonna
Yeah.
be in the
I can see
next
the
iteration.
I can see the X-Men gone too. I can see all of them gone.
Yeah, just yeah, just
Hmm.
dead. So yeah.
Oh, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
If they are the Foxverse X-Men, the Foxmen,
I I,
I
I
could,
I like that
I,
moniker too.
the
That's good.
Fox, if they are the Foxmen, I can see, and I think where you and me thinking that somehow Galactus is going to be a part of this, their universe gets wiped out
That's what I'm saying.
in the process of
Yeah.
maybe Reed Richards of the Avengers trying to warn them and what I'm saying, trying to maybe get some people. I can see their universe being wiped out. This is just a thing showing, hey, this is a farewell. This is a final, what I'm saying, farewell to the whole Foxverse. But yeah.
All right. So what if this is even funnier?
Okay.
So what if like Galactus again does survive Fantastic Four,
Hmm.
and then we not seeing incursions. We just seeing Galactus just eat up stuff in Doomsday, and that's how. Like I was saying before, my other theory, like Galactus is just devouring stuff, and then Fantastic Four is trying to just
Feed me.
yeah, Fantastic Four just trying to snatch people, and then
Hmm.
boom, I think that ups the ante, and also I know some people would be like, yo, like y'all double dipping, but like for
Hmm.
me, it's like it's just a continuation. So then it really feels like okay, this has like some connective tissue to it, and it's not just like a wholly brand new movie or
Cause
wholly because
I just want to make sure Fantastic Four is
The last
the
movie.
only MCU movie coming out this year, and that's the
Yeah,
last movie
it's
before
the last movie.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
so
what's about to
because
happen.
like only thing we get in the fall is like TV shows.
Okay.
So yeah, so like I kind of like that idea that Galactus is still out here just not being honest about him, eating worlds, or they thought that they thought he got, but
Hmm.
guess who's back? So that
So,
like I like that idea
okay.
a lot. Um, I don't think I have anything else on this.
I really don't either. I have just my thing basically is I'm I'm prepared and I'm ready for this to see, like I said, for you people that are like, oh, I'm so tired of the MCU, or the folks that are like, oh, the MCU is so passe, it's over. Numbers aren't showing that or whatever. Captain America made his money back plus more. You know,
Yeah,
and I believe, what I'm saying, the great comic book war of 2025, the summer of 2025 is going to revigorate, especially with Superman and Fantastic Four coming out like what, a week, 2 weeks apart
2 weeks apart, July
2 weeks apart,
12th, July 26th.
right, 2 weeks apart from each other. And one thing that, you know, that Marvel do understand, well, MCU does understand, Kevin Feige them, is people love seeing team ups. People love seeing a whole bunch of stars and characters they appreciate and love, what I'm saying, come together. So it's going to be interesting, what I'm saying, how this plays out. I think it's a great cast, but like I said, my big things are um what's going to happen next, is I always ask on anything, and I want to know who died.
Only small concern I have
What's that?
is outside of the MCU,
Hmm.
Russo Bros been coming at bat and swinging and missing hard.
Mm.
So the last
Yeah.
movie, The Electric State on Netflix,
How was
for
that?
some
Because
reason I'm not watching that. For some reason, they said that movie cost $329 million to make, and reportedly. And people are trying to figure out where did this 300 mil go? Because ain't no
y'all
way.
Rob.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, ain't no way in hell that Netflix is getting any return
I
on that
got this
investment.
fresh alpaca jacket on, right? You got matching alpaca jackets, baby. Block that. It's
You said,
alpaca.
you said, no, I got a dinosaur egg.
Legs. Oh, it's hatching. It's a real dinosaur. Oh, that's so
Ah,
that's so baller. No, snap. Yeah,
bro, for
man.
real. So like, okay, so we had like a couple other movies too, and like Gray Man was okay, and another joint on Netflix was like it just was very Netflixy movies, and I don't want to cast aspersions, but that's my only concern is that like y'all not really popping off on this action thing like by yourselves. So hopefully it's
Well, this
just
is what I'm gonna say with that. Maybe this is just their wheelhouse, and they were
true.
like, we need to go back home to do what we know how to do.
I hope so, cause
Yeah,
yeah, they definitely gotta we need two bangers.
yeah.
Seriously. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's all we got for this one, man. We
Man,
appreciate y'all. Y'all been on the stream. Thank you guys for hanging
thank
out with
you.
us. If you hung out on the stream, you should just go ahead and join the website. theuponfurtherreview.com. Exclusive
Hmm.
stuff, membership, join us. Also on the socials. Socials been trash.
Yeah.
Aside from threads, which I always get like, because it's more of like a Twitter thing, engagement,
Uh-huh.
just talking and, asking questions and making good statements. TikTok, I guess, they may be shutting that whole down again on April 5th.
Yeah.
Um,
Some people ain't never get it back from the first time, so
yeah, because y'all were hasty. I'm just gonna delete it. No, bro,
Hmm.
cool out, y'all. That YouTube, of course, man. IG and Facebook if you're nasty. So That's all we got for this one, man. Until next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, indeed.
Daredevil. Peace.